Hello and welcome back to the Oxvlog channel for Trinity term. I'm going to do something similar to what I did last term and go over my thoughts and what I enjoyed from last term. However crazy and intense I may have thought first term was, second term definitely cranked up a notch. In terms of academic work, everything definitely stepped up a notch. We had far more work, but it was also way more exciting. So for my book of last term, it's definitely got to be Introduction to Dislocations by Hull. So dislocations are defects in perfect crystals, which enable metals, for example, to deform plastically due to their motion. Another feature of last term, actually a pretty major feature, was that I attended 2 national cheerleading competitions, which is absolutely insane. I had such a great time at both of them. I did film some footage at the competitions, so I will be collating the footage to create a whole video dedicated to my cheerleading endeavours, which is absolutely something I never thought I'd be so into, but it really is like half my life at the moment. Okay, something else that was probably one of the most memorable and important and worthwhile things I did or attended last term. Our college had an event on mental health. Oxford is a crazy place, as I have been saying a lot of times in these videos, and it really does bring out the best and the worst in people. So even if you have the slightest seed of any sort of issue regarding mental health, Oxford will bring it out. I think the statistic is that 1 in 4 people at university are affected by mental health issues. It is a huge issue that you don't realise affects so many people until you attend something like the event that I held in my college. And I was so grateful that so many people were so brave to come out and share their experiences. I know Ellie's made a video about mental health already on this channel, and I think it's fantastic. So it really is such a huge thing that needs to not be stigmatised and should be talked about because it affects so many people. So I feel so grateful that I'm from a college where people are so willing to talk so openly, and it's really just opened my eyes on so many different issues I've never even thought about. Okay, so probably the most exciting thing that happened last term, apart from my cheerleading competitions, was actually something that happened after the term had ended. One day after term had ended, I actually jetted off to Canada on the Material Science Industrial Tour. Every year, the Material Science department go on an industrial tour to a different country. So the trip is completely student organised, which is amazing, and it was just a lot of fun. We visited composite sites, different laboratories, this huge wind tunnel, like the biggest wind tunnel in the world at Western University. So the purpose of the trip was to see how material science is applied in industry and also in another culture that's different to our own. So it was so fun getting to go abroad with my subject. The trip was actually pretty heavily subsidised by corporate sponsorship, which meant that it wasn't too expensive and was just generally a great experience. We even got to visit Niagara Falls, go up the CN Tower. It was very cold, like -17 cold, but apart from that it was a really enjoyable experience. As I said, it's organised by students every year, so maybe next year I'll be organising it and let's see where we'll end up going. Okay, even though it's only the first day back from term, I really feel like I've done so much. So I've been here a week already, and within that time I've performed at Exeter Ball. So Oxford has many white tie, black tie balls in the summer term, and cheerleading actually performed a Pirate Neverland themed routine. I've actually done a lot of video editing recently and made a whole video featuring our routine, so I will link that down below if you want to see what us cheerleaders get up to. Hopefully I'm also going to be participating in dance sport covers, which is ballroom dancing, something I've never done before. Any sort of dancing I've never done before, but it sounds like it will be great fun. So what covers is when you have teams from different colleges in competing against each other in a sport. It's a great way to try out something that you've never done before, and ballroom is exactly that. Also yesterday I attended the Feminist Society at Trinity College. I actually have very little knowledge about feminism. All I knew was about gender equality and that was it. So it was actually really fascinating going to the meeting because they discussed what feminism actually is, what it entails, and why there's so many misconceptions around it. Yeah, it was really fascinating and I feel like I learned so much from it. And that's what I really love about Oxford, is that there are so many people who are so educated and versed in so many different topics, and you are able to be surrounded by so many people who you can learn so much from. The discussion was actually really interesting, and when my friend burst into the room shouting, "Let's be empowered," but one of the girls misheard it as lesbian power, that led to some interesting discussion. But overriding all that fun stuff is, of course, prelims, which are our first year exams, which will be happening in 7th week this term. So that's going to be interesting. We actually still have lectures and practical labs until 5th week, so that's going to be interesting. Alright then, thank you for watching my video this week and see you in 2 weeks' time. Bonus clips. Our college is actually so beautiful at the moment now that the weather's getting a bit better. Here's a few clips of the gardens. This is definitely one of the perks of studying here at Trinity. The beautiful lawns in the summer. The gardeners really do take care of our college, and as a result the gardens are so beautiful at the moment. Of course, you've got plenty of people playing croquet in the summer when they're not studying or revising for exams. Pretty cool, don't you think?